Millions, and I mean millions, across the country are closely watching, possibly some are even obsessed, with the public unraveling of President Trump and Elon Musk's once close relationship. But the president says he is focused on the job at hand, what's right in front of him. That's what he told our own Robert Costa, who joins me now at the family table. Also here with new reporting on the future of DOGE within the White House and some Supreme Court information, Aaron Navarro. Robert, let's start with you. What did the president tell you?
Well, he reacted to all of this as he often reacts to drama. He engages with it on social media, but when you talk to him about it, as you've interviewed him over the years, he's somewhat flippant about public feuds. And there's also a sensibility with President Trump, having covered him for a long time, that every relationship he has, whether it's with family or friends or enemies, has a fluidity to it. And there's a transactional nature. Elon Musk is now railing against President Trump. Could that change tomorrow? It very well could. And it's not like he has these lingering grievances that dictate the rest of his political life. So for now, it's sour in terms of the relationship. But he told me, I'm focused on my presidency. He said, I'm very busy. I'm focused on domestic policy. I'm focused on the economy. This is what it's all about. This is all I care about. He was sending a message.
Any sense at all that he thinks Musk started all this?
Well, there's a sense that he brought Musk into his political fold. Musk obviously poured a lot of money into his campaign in 2024. But it was Musk who didn't like the so-called Big Beautiful Bill and how it handled EV subsidies and tax breaks. That you
also didn't like that one of his friends nominated to run NASA was punched out.
And Musk is someone who runs his companies with total command. And when that's not given at the federal level, there's a tension, and we're seeing the exacerbation of the tension.
And you also talked to someone who has a pretty significant rhetorical role in the MAGA world, Steve Bannon.
Well, Steve Bannon has been hovering over Musk since the beginning as this kind of foil.
The kind of death ray.
I'm not even going to repeat what Elon Musk said about Steve Bannon, because it's not something you would say at the family table.
Precisely.
It's more for True Social or Getter or X. But you're looking at Steve Bannon as someone who said, I told you so when it comes to the MAGA base. He's always warned that Musk is someone you can't trust, shouldn't be loyal to. And Bannon's journey with Trump is indicative of how journeys go with people like Bannon.
Very up and down.
Up and down. I mean, remember, in 2017, Bannon was banished, supposedly.
Right.
But now he's back as a friendly face.
Right. Aaron, catch us up on your reporting about the future of Musk associates in DOGE, in the White House, and the Supreme Court.
Let's start with the Supreme Court, because that was the news that just came in.
Just broke.
Two rulings. One said that they essentially don't have to give information about themselves to the watchdog group known as Crew. Their, administrator, at least in name only, Amy Gleason, does not have to come for a deposition. But it's the second one, an unsigned court order from the Supreme Court when it comes to DOGE and accessing data from the Social Security Administration. This has been something that had been litigated in recent weeks. And the Supreme Court essentially ruled that they can access this sensitive information kept by the Social Security Administration, things such as medical information, school records, employment histories, financial data, everything that the Social Security Administration has. They have at least read-only access to that. That had been something that many people I've been talking to within the agency have been concerned about, just given that they are unfamiliar actors, right? These DOGE employees, newer actors that maybe had their clearances sped up. So certainly a big ruling for them.
Is that access in perpetuity or just while this legal saga plays out?
Yeah, so this is while this legal saga plays out, the legal proceedings from that lower court continue. And you also asked earlier about the status of DOGE employees.
Because one of the conversations going on last night and this morning in Washington, if this thing gets vindictive, would any of that anger radiate toward Musk associates in the White House or other agencies?
Yeah, per reporting from our colleague Jennifer Jacobs, that does not seem to be the case. So the White House has not received any official resignations from DOGE staffers, as she has heard from multiple sources within the administration. There's no big effort to oust the more than 100 allies within the administration, allies of Elon Musk that had been involved in kind of this tech orbit. No push to get them out of the White House. So as the dust settles in the beef between Trump and Musk, there's no continued beef on the sidelines as of now.
Congress wants to get back in the game here. So it's almost like, you remember Van Halen when they got rid of David Lee Roth? They had to figure out what to do. They brought in Sammy Hagar. And so,
otherwise known as Sammy Hagar, yes.
Sammy Hagar is someone who came in as a new lead singer. Who's going to be the new lead singer of DOGE? Because Congress, Tom Cole, and the Appropriations Committee, they want power. There's a lot of frustration when you're on Capitol Hill about Elon Musk kind of wielding the full power of the federal government when it comes to spending.
Right. And Trump took a lot of calls today, but not one from Elon.
That we know of.
That we know of. And it's said that one of the two parties is more interested than the other in kind of sorting it out.
I'm not so sure.
Or is that just spin?
Well,
Feels
I don't
like
even
spin.
think it's spin. I think this is a convoluted relationship, like any breakup. Who are you really going to trust in terms of their version of events?
And Robert, I will thank you forever for introducing into the concept of the future of DOGE either Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying Elon is David Lee Roth, but he was the first incarnation of a celebrity leader of DOGE. Can DOGE survive? Can the band play on?
Robert Costa and Aaron Navarro, thank you. And Robert, thank you for leaving that question hovering.
I know you're a cool
heavily
guy
over
with
the weekend.
music, so
I do.
I got to bring
I
the
am.
knowledge a little bit.